Do you believe all your thoughts? Often in our lives, we can have some persistent, random thoughts that can lead us to feel or experience some episodes of anxiety or depression just due to the fact that you let yourself be pulled by them. Instead, you can just recognize the architecture of your brain that is designed to do that. But it is up to you to drift from those thoughts by knowing what they are, and then look for a space to pause, close your eyes, and listen to your own breathing to get back to center. We all experience these kind of sleeps, and it results from deceptive brain messages that breed false thoughts or harmful impulses, which lead us astray from our true goals and intentions. Not only that, but deceptive brain messages cause problems such as overthinking or anxiety. This is one of the quotes that I choose from the book You Are Not Your Brain by Jeffrey M. Schwartz. And in that book, he talks about how we can find ourselves be driven by the kind of thoughts that we are ruminating in our mind and just letting us go towards the negative emotions, creating a spiral of negativity. Instead, we can just, as it is mentioned in the quote, rely and be more conscious that our brain are designed to do that. And we can choose to just let those thoughts go, let those thoughts flow, question them, and find out what is it happening inside of us and how we are feeling. Do you ever find yourself caught up in things you don't want to be doing or feel helpless when you go somewhere emotionally and mentally that you don't want to go? So many times in our lives, we will feel that we want to go to certain places in the random thoughts, and we can detect that or stop that phenomena that is going to happen anyway by breathing, by having that pause, and by being more aware of the kind of thought that might not be ours, that might just pick up from social media or from your partner or from your family or from your parents, or it is something that happened just in the past. So we have to recognize where does this thought come from and what is it trying to tell me, because many times it's also something that is worrying you, and you can start doing some action in order to move on and to start having a much better outlook of your life. For example, there is one author, client of the author, and he was a talented Broadway performer. When he was deceptive by his brain messages, he started to coerce him into believing he was unworthy of any good coming to him. Eventually, that led him to suffering from intense stage fright as well as fear or rejection for many years. That impacted many times his job, and many of those emotions came from his childhood experiences. He was impacted by one specific experience where he was 20 years old and he froze in front of a famous Broadway producer. So this kind of example illustrates how we can start deviating our behaviors and allowing us to driving us to the negativity with the kind of thoughts that we choose to believe. And we also can stay put or not do anything because of the fear that we already created by the rumination of those kind of thoughts. So instead of doing that, you can just pay attention to the messages, download the thoughts in paper, and see if they are real first. Second, if they are trying to tell you something about certain situation that you can change. And Third, you can just play it in the positive scenario, or just allow the thought to flow and to lead you instead of dragging you to the negative choices, or to be in a state of feeling stuck. And many times we also auto sabotage ourselves, or we have self sabotage because we allow those thoughts to be true, which they are not. Many, more than 90% of your thoughts are not even real. They are just recycling, they are not yours, they are just things that you pick up, and you can just create a different narrative by visualizing, by downloading what you want, and by trying to reach more for the places of joy, for the things that you really enjoy in your life. It can appear that you have no choice when you have these kind of thoughts ruminating in your mind, but just a simple post, just a simple reflection, just the exercise of writing them down will give you more perspective and more power, so that you regain your confidence and start moving on in your direction, in the direction that you want to be. Also, don't get overwhelmed with the end result of the things, because that can also create these kind of activation patterns of negativity or rumination thoughts. So just have the big picture of what you want, make some achievable and real baby steps for the week or for the days coming, and just comply with that and see how it evolves into what you want. Just by doing that with discipline, with being constant, you will be able to reprogram your mind and start inundating it with much positive thoughts. I hope that these practical messages help you and make you reflect more. And every time you feel anxious, overwhelmed, or stressed, just make a pause. Write what is worrying you, write the first thoughts that come to your mind, and see what they want to tell you and how you feel after that. Thank you for paying attention. Thank you, Brian. Thank you, Carla, for watching. We will listen to each other next Wednesday. Have a wonderful afternoon and rest of the week. Bye.